So my name is Maeva Bosko. I was born in Geneva in Switzerland, and I am now 23 years old, and I did my bachelor degree at HED in Geneva in visual communication, and I directly continue with a master in photography at ECAL in Lausanne. So I am now doing my final and second year there.
Pour entrer dans le mémorial, veuillez vous enregistrer. Enregistrement en cours.
Aftergram is about the death in the digital age and the relationship with our postmortem identity. So in 2098, will be more dead users of Instagram than living ones. So I wanted to raise the question of where our data goes when we died, because unlike human, our data doesn't die. They always remain stored somewhere. And I wanted to ask also what happened to our accounts on social media when we died. Are them staying for the eternity or not? And also how the family and friends can mourn a deceased person when his digital identity is still online, basically.
Enregistrement en cours.
So to answer to all of those questions, I proposed a new functionality on the social network Instagram that allow an access to an online memorial called Aftergram. So I created a simulation during 7 minutes of VR. The spectator is invited to commemorate and interact with a deceased person. So at any time, it is possible to visit the space and laying flower, lighting candles, leaving messages of homage, reviewing photos, or listening his favorite music. It is quite complex to talk about such a subject because the project can be situated in the cynicism, carrying a future reality, or in a deep sadness. So yes, the project depends on the sensibility of each person. And with this experience, the taboo of the death and the mourning is approached in an imposed way. I use the software called Metashape. So this is a photogrammetry software that I use to model the flowers that you can see during the film. So basically, I took picture of them in a real cemetery. Cinema 4D was useful for me to build the scene and to do some traveling with the 360 camera. Also, I use Ableton to create the soundtracks in my film. This is very important for me. With each new project, I challenge myself to learn a new tool, whatever it is. And I do that basically to broaden my horizon as much as possible. The picture that you can see in all the stones, the Instagram stones, I basically took more than 500 screenshots of accounts. Since this work, I continue in the field of VR, and I did one more films. I explored the question of the life after death, about near-death experience. So I did a simulation of your body traveling through sailings and dimension during a sleep paralysis. I used to play with the altered state of consciousness that you can have during sleep paralysis, for example, but also during meditation, taking drugs and stuff like that. I'm really working on this question for the moment. the idea of creating still or moving images using an exploratory digital approach is for me an exciting field.